What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with a Friday edition of NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck, the YouTube woods. I appreciate the enthusiasm that I'm getting from producer Jacob over there. You can't see it, but I feel it, and that is important to me. It's also important to me that you know, well, you signed up for a lot of PortfolioEV, and I love to see it because, well, that's the new way of betting. It is truly the best tool in the entire industry that you can take advantage of right now. It's still in the video description box below if you're interested in signing up for a week. But obviously, hopefully next week I can get another 2-week sub going for the people. We'll chat about that. But again, 1 week of it, you'll see the power of it and you'll really enjoy it. We also have Tails, which is myself, Eitan Shander, so many other great people in the Lindy and Friends Discord, as well as tons of other cappers across the entire industry. So you can check that out in the video description box below as well. And sign up for me, Lindy 5, just $5. We'll talk about that at the halfway portion. But we got some leans, we got some likes. We have no locks on the card here. Again, we'll have 4 plays. We're going to have 6 leans. I'm going to talk you through all of that. Again, this is the fun new way and setup for things because starting next week, MLB showing up on this video, which is absolutely insane. We're going to have Chicago and the Dodgers playing in Tokyo. It's going to be good times. Ichi-ni-san shikuruku shichachikuru. I can count to 10 in Japanese. Go me. Producer Jacob, let's get to the leans. Konnichiwa, I know that too. Boston minus 7.5. That is going to be your first of the leans here that we're paying attention to. Again, I try to put the leans here on the front cards just because sometimes they get intertwined and mixed in with everything else that I'm far more interested in or that I've already bet. Those are the likes and locks section. And I just don't want to have that unfamiliarity anymore. I just really want to clean cut it for you. Plus, when MLB shows up, we'll be able to do everything in one clean video for you. You can find, I can be your one-stop shop for NBA and MLB analysis. But that being said, how in the world do I even go about laying 7.5 here with Boston with 4 of the 5 starters on the Celtics side questionable entering this one? You heard me right. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis, 4 of the 5 starters for Boston are questionable on the injury report. Maybe because Miami. They're down in Miami where they party in the city till the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. Next up, Indy at Philly. And my God, the tanking has gotten out of control. That Philly-Toronto game is the most egregious thing I've ever seen. If you play DFS for it, you know what I'm talking about. But the tanking, out of control. Philly, they have Quentin Grimes. They traded for him. He's actually good. And now it's like, well, we better limit his minutes more. You're such an annoying franchise. Process this. How about that? Anyway, Cleveland, Memphis. Yeah, maybe we just stay away from Memphis totals for a while because they make me want to bang my head against a wall. Ended up on an over that didn't come close. That was fun. Had been on the unders quite a bit. People make fun of me, but they hit 6 consecutive unders. Hit 2 of those. That was good. But of course, lose the one. So dumb. Whatever. Wednesday was a crock of shit. Mason Plumlee got hurt. That was the worst thing in the history of the premium Discord. Anyway, Orlando plus 10. Actually didn't get hurt. He got ejected in the first half after having like 6 and 4. I was so mad. Anyway, Orlando plus 10. That's up next year. It's a back-to-back. Otherwise, I would have Orlando plus 10 on the card against my Minnesota Timberwolves. And why? Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner. Now, they are absolutely handling business against New Orleans. Could have used that against Houston, Orlando. Almost played Orlando there on Thursday. But anyway, on this back-to-back, definitely going to be them or pass. And probably going to be a pass considering the Timberwolves back to healthy. Won 11 in a row, or Julius Randle is healthy. What is going on? He's only been healthy for like 2 games. So, well, just going back to January sample size. Anyway, next batch of them. We got 2 more. We got Castle Points. I mean, 2 beautiful leans here for you. You have De'Aaron Fox. That is the big news. Charlotte, San Antonio. As for Charlotte, if you just want to cover their injury tags here, there's like none anymore. It's so weird. Josh Okogie, that's it. Trey Mann, Grant Williams, Brandon Miller. We know that they're out for the season already. That's 3 of like their core 6 guys. But Mark Williams, LaMelo Ball should be starting, should be able to find some usage and success against the San Antonio team that's now down Wemby and De'Aaron Fox, who ended up getting, I think it was a finger surgery till the end of the year. You smell BS on that? I kind of do too. But anyway, you might as well just get fixed up considering San Antonio has no chance of winning anything, that is. So Castle Points, The only thing they have to play for from now until the end of the year is Stephon Castle's Rookie of the Year bid. I think he steps into the starting unit, plays a boatload of minutes next to Chris Paul, who's distributing. And Stephon Castle is going to have like an 18.5, 19.5 points prop out of the middle of nowhere today. And I think it's warranted. So I'm looking at the points ladder here. I think we might find ourselves some value based on that opening number, but don't know what to tell you. As for Toronto and Utah, this is the most tankathon. Utah got freaking fined $100K because of how they treated Lauri Markkanen. I've been bringing it up on this show every single day. How does Utah keep getting away with this? They can't keep getting away with it. In fact, they just got fined, and Lauri Markkanen had to play basketball against Washington. It was kind of funny. But anyway, Toronto also so egregious, probably more egregious than the Philly or Utah tanking. And why? Jamal Shead was playing well. He's like their 45th or 47th pick from last year. He was playing so well. It was a plus 17 and a quarter and a half. He's too good. And so you know what they did? They benched him the rest of the game starting at the halfway point of the second quarter. So egregious. That is the NBA. I can't wait for MLB because things have just gotten wonky. However, we have 4 plays. I feel pretty darn good about those. They don't come from Toronto. Get off my screen. Let's get to some likes, shall we? The like portion of the program. Some actual plays for some actual teams with things to play for. The Clippers taking on the Atlanta Hawks. There are 3.5s, but there is a 3 that I just touched. It was beautiful. Felt good. Felt like I saw Jesus and Buddha hanging out, having a nice cup of coffee. That's not the way Atlanta's going to feel about Bogdanovich coming back, because he was absolute dog shit this entire year. They're pretty mad at him. But Bogdanovich revenge game? Question mark. Just kidding. Well, sort of. Shutout in Miami. Looked pretty good. It's a thing. It's a thing that kind of matters for this Clippers team. Ben Simmons upgraded to questionable. That would be very nice as well. Had been playing upper 20s minutes until getting hurt and kind of injury maintenance. Clippers basically realized, oh shit, we got like a Ben Simmons who can play defense on all 5 positions out of the middle of nowhere, can play the small ball 5 if need be against a lot of Western Conference teams and kind of push pace and do some good things. Maybe we should put him on ice, and that's kind of what they did. As for Bogdanovich, looked good in the starting lineup. Think he comes off the bench here yet again, but Kawhi's healthy. James Harden's healthy. Those are the 2 things that matter even more here, and they get to take on an Atlanta team that really, their identity is just pace. That's their identity. Trae Young, usage, still not good. This is a really tough defense. We've seen Trae Young against teams like the Clippers that are so good in man. Like James Harden, definitely a more advantageous spot, but definitely laying the 3. That's all I'm getting at. It's on DraftKings and Bet365. Damn good find. Why don't you sock it to me one more time? Get it low. Boston is not in the corner there. It's Clippers -3. Don't know why Boston came on my mind. Shipping up to Boston. Whoa. People still want to hear my zany takes. Anyway, we got real takes to talk about. Dallas +11.5, taking on Houston. Pretty hard to envision Dallas doing anything against the Rockets defense, don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. Oh yeah, we're threading the songs in today. Don't mind me. It's a free ride. Houston already paid. Second in adjusted defense. 109.4. Ridiculous mark. Now, Amen Thompson out. It's still a problem. It's still going to be a problem going forward, but kind of like these formations that they're throwing together with Fred VanVleet back out there, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Tari Eason, Alperen Sengun, Jabari Smith off the bench now. Steven Adams playing some minutes at times next to Alperen Sengun because take advantage of tiny squads like Dallas here that are going to play Kessler Edwards at the 5. Way too much. You got PJ Washington questionable, Dante Exum questionable, Kai Jones questionable, and Brandon Williams questionable, who played through that hamstring injury and looked good last time out. However, under 224. It's just way too obvious here. Have this closer to 118 because Dallas really is going to have troubles as things progress. They're still playing these dudes massive minutes, even if they can't handle them, because Klay Thompson's contract has sunk them through the ground. It is what it is. So let's take advantage under 220. Let's take advantage of this too, friends. Lindy 5. You want to sign up for the Discord down below? Ooh, we're going to have tons of props. Obviously, not a ton of props here on today's program because they're not out yet. None of them for tomorrow's 10-game slate. But trust me, I'm going to have 6, 8, 10, maybe we get tons of prop exposure down in that premium Discord. I'm doing a prop thread at Eric Lindquist almost every single day of the week. Couldn't this week couldn't on Thursday because God hates me, but that's beside the point. Friday, 10 games. We're ready to rock. I'm going to have a prop thread in action for the people. Looking forward to it. But $5 to get all of my plays as soon as they drop, whenever they drop, in addition to some sharp people such as Eitan Shander, such as Greg Ehrenberg coming soon in the future streets, the absolute best futures better that I know on planet Earth. So Lindy 5, would love to see you there for your first week. Just $5. Make you holler. Back to the picks, 2 more games. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. We've kind of been treading water this entire week, down just short of a unit here, entering this evening's game, Golden State. We need them to cover that. Obviously, Domantas Sabonis didn't play. We'll get to that here in the next game. But for this one, the Lakers taking on the Denver Nuggets. And I get why this number is opening where it is. Luka Doncic puts up 45 points there in Milwaukee today. 45 spot, they got completely shelled, blown out, didn't matter. But a 45 spot, 45, 11, and 3, in fact. Now, I did end up on the under Austin Rivers. Yay, under 3 assists for him. Well, he had 3 assists. No, it was under 5.5 assists, plus money. There's also plus money on Gabe Vincent, who went 0 for 5 from 3. Really appreciate him showing up and doing absolutely nothing for us. But anyway, kind of treading water. Again, it's just been like a little bit of ridiculousness there. The Plumlee ejection on a couple of alt plays that I thought looked incredible. Yeah, but this is overcorrection by the books. I get that it's Austin Reeves potentially leading this team here on the back-to-back. I get that the Lakers are really, really shorthanded right now with LeBron James and that groin issue, which is just a weird thing to say out loud. I totally get that this is a Denver team that just got everybody back into the mix except for Aaron Gordon, who's questionable entering this one. Julian Strother, who's still out, but he's a deeper bench guy. But LeBron, Jackson Hayes, and Rui Hachimura, those are 3 starters for the Los Angeles Lakers, and potentially 4 if Luka doesn't play on this back-to-back. But let's just envision a world where he does. You're going to see way better than 13.5 tomorrow. And then let's envision the world where he sits. Can't imagine this line's going to move to 14.5 unless the Lakers just full punt it, in which case you're probably screwed as is. But 13.5, I'm always willing to tango when it's a terrible team like the Denver Nuggets bench. Like, the Denver Nuggets are very good when Nikola Jokic is on the floor, but let's say this is 16-18 late in the fourth quarter and you start getting into crunch time. Denver is the second worst team in offensive rating in the NBA with Nikola Jokic off the floor. Just is what it is. They have one of the worst benches you have ever seen in your life, that you ever will see in your life. We got to take 13.5. I get that it feels weird, and I get that this line is jarring to look at considering the Lakers, one of the best records in the West, one of the best records in the NBA. They're 41-23 now? Or sorry, 40-23 coming off of the Milwaukee loss? This is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. I totally understand why the number is where it is, but plus 13.5. I think there are only good things that can show up news-wise to help this number. And the last game of the night, Sacramento taking on Phoenix here, and interesting total, 235. Looked at that one for a while, but I ended up making a weird play because I am not a Sacramento Kings advocate. I'm really, really not. However, you're getting plus 2.5 here. I think that that's just fine, but I would rather tango into the money line streets here, and a couple of reasons why. First off, Domantas Sabonis did not play against Golden State. My guess, and the whole reason that I like Golden State at that number, was that even though he got upgraded to questionable, felt more unlikely that he would play there. There could just be like a little bit of mind fodder there for Golden State. Oh, Domantas Sabonis might come back. And then there you go. Jonas Valanciunas is going to play a boatload of minutes, even against a Golden State team that likes to go small. Go ahead and post out on the perimeter. We'll see how it ends up shaking out for us, because I do really want to cash that bet here tonight. But I also look at Sacramento tomorrow. Domantas Sabonis should play here against Phoenix. Gets upgraded to questionable. Would be weird to have that happen and then not play in either one of these games. And against a Phoenix team that the interior has played much better, no doubt about it. Shout out Nick Richards. But he is questionable entering this game. Cody Martin, who hasn't played here for this Phoenix team, questionable. Grayson Allen, doubtful. Monty Morris, doubtful. You get Mason Plumlee out there against Domantas Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis should have every advantage for the 28-30 minutes he can potentially play for his first game back in quite some time. So I look at the board, and I know it's weird, but plus 120 Anything better than plus 110 would be a play for me on the Sacramento money line side of things. We don't even want to take the points. We're going to just go straight to the money line here. So, not some crazy take by any means. Again, plus 120, but I like it. I don't love it. I don't want some more of it, but a half unit, more than happy to fire it up here against a Phoenix team. Yeah, they're playing for their lives, but Sacramento, the West, everybody's jostling for position. And that does it for a Friday edition of NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know if you are as excited as I am to have MLB back next Tuesday/Wednesday. I'll kind of take a look at the Tokyo series, figure out exactly what's going on in the MLB streets. I got all my sheets updated. I got my bomb detector ready to rock. We are going to find some more home run plays. Again, last year was a movie. I don't think we can recreate what we did from a home run perspective last season. 3 of the 6 2-home run bets hit. 50% of the 6 that I put on this video. That is not even real life. Thank you, Kyle Schwarber and Cal Raleigh and the great king of them all, Corey Seager, who we jammed in that 2-home run spot. He did it in his first 2 at-bats. But that's beside the point. That's neither here nor there. And I know a lot of you think of me as like an MLB guy, but the NBA, they've still been profitable, even though the last week and a half have definitely been tougher sledding here. Stay the course, my friends. Don't get overexposed because the MLB will be here shortly. Thank you, producer Jacob. Again, join my Tails Discord, Lindy5. If you want to jump in for those MLB plays, I'm going to start dropping them, I think, over the weekend. I got some stuff updated. There are props out. They're out for that opening series, and we got Roki Sasaki to talk about. We've got Yoshi's going to be pitching again. I mean, it's just insane looking at this Dodgers lineup top to bottom as well. It's going to be good times. And anyway, I should probably get out of here. Thank you, producer Jacob. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Friday.